we have an absolute abomination of an article that is this article that is written to essentially give a strategy for the Democrats to be able to win elections. Of course, I've been over this a trillion, gazillion, billion times about Hillary Clinton's failure to secure probably the easiest election, maybe, ever. I don't even know how you lose to, Angry Orange. I don't even know how that's possible. All it really says is that Hillary Clinton is an extremely shitty candidate, a very, very shitty candidate. And there are many reasons why. We're going to be getting into one of them here. Now, I'm going to read you guys some of this article from Politico. And these sorts of articles, these sort of op-ed pieces, really go to show you how really, really garbage these pieces can be. And by the way, Democratic strategists probably know the least possible out of anybody when it comes to actually winning elections. So this article from Politico says why, quote, Medicare for all is playing poorly in Democratic primaries. It may be a rallying cry for progressives, but it's not often translating to electoral success in swing districts. It says most of the prominent Democrats eyeing 2020 presidential bids, including Senators Kirsten Gillibrand, Cory Booker, Blech, and Elizabeth Warren, champion the idea of Medicare for all, suggesting it's become almost a litmus test for the party's base. But the notion of government-funded healthcare has proved a tough sell to Democratic voters in swing districts that will determine control of the House. It goes on to say many Democratic candidates who made that a centerpiece of their campaign in key districts this year lost their primaries, in some cases getting clobbered by rivals who offered vaguer healthcare plans or backed a more incremental approach. Democratic primary voters in battleground districts in Iowa, Texas, Kansas, and New York passed over candidates who emphatically supported single payer. Quote, the problem is Medicare for all just isn't one of those litmus tests for Democratic Party voters, said John Anzalone, a veteran Democratic pollster whose firm helped defeat a single-payer advocate in an Iowa swing district this year. Quote, voters are smart enough to know that Medicare for all isn't going to happen right now or maybe ever. I shit you not. Basically, the basis of it is this pollster firm who helped defeat a single-payer advocate in an Iowa swing district this year. So, let me make this very clear. The idea that not running for Medicare, running on Medicare for all is a good idea is a very, very shitty idea. And I'll very simply explain to you why. These programs are actually massively popular. There was a poll that came out that said that, I think it was like 60% or over 60% said that it should be the federal government's job to ensure that everyone has health insurance some way, healthcare some way, somehow. Medicare for all is obviously the best way to do that. But this sort of a thing really isn't going to move the Democratic Party any further whatsoever. And I just fail to understand how that's even a good idea. The way this douche made it, said it, obviously you don't support Medicare for all. It's one thing to say, I support Medicare for all, but it's not electorally efficient. Or, I support Medicare for all, but it's just not a reality in the near future. That's one thing. Those two things are one thing. Combine. They're one thing. The other thing is, I don't actually support them. It's very, very clear to me that from this douchebag's words, he doesn't actually support that. He doesn't actually support it. So obviously, he's going to say it doesn't work out well in elections. And we saw what happened to Hillary Clinton in this past election. I mean, she got clobbered. But to take these House races and say that, running on Medicare for all wasn't a good idea, I don't, where are you drawing that conclusion from? I don't understand that. Where are you drawing that conclusion from? Because oftentimes, what you do is, you get all this money, like we saw with Joe Manchin. You just get all this money and just clobber the election so that no one else knows who the other person is. So I don't understand where the, correlation equals causation is coming in. There is no evidence of that whatsoever. You just sort of say, this person supported blank, this person supported blank, and it went head-to-head without any outside factors, nothing else, just this one issue. That's not the reason why. In order to win elections, you need to support Medicare for all, because Medicare for all is beneficial and people know it.